Good day. My name is David Wild, and this is the third part of a three-part lecture on Chapter 11 on leadership from Connect Master Management 2.0. Let's talk about the subject of leader-follower relationships. It is important to consider that leadership involves followers. At the extreme, there can be no leadership without followers who are willing to be influenced. Accordingly, it is important that a student of management consider the various ways followers can influence the process of leadership and leadership effectiveness. Let's explore leader-member exchange theory. Most leadership theories emphasize leader characteristics or behaviors that are applied in a specific setting to a group of followers. In recognition that relationships between leaders and followers are unique and that leader behavior may differ across followers, researchers developed the leader-member exchange theory, a framework that describes how differences develop over time in the quality of relationships that a leader has with his or her followers. Followers whom the leader believes are competent, likable, and similar in personality and demographics to the leader become part of the leader's in-group and develop expansive roles. On the other hand, the other followers become part of the leader's out-group and develop roles that are more limited. Researchers have shown that in-group members receive more attention, support, and trust from their leaders. And for these reasons, perhaps they are also more satisfied with their leaders and perform more effectively in their jobs. Leaders need to recognize how this process works and to be aware that it may result in a self-fulfilling prophecy. That is, followers judged by the leader to have more potential to become part of the leader's in-group will tend to be evaluated more favorably than members of the outgroup. Next, let's talk about the subject of impression management. Employees in many work situations engage in impression management, which refers to the tactics used by individuals to influence how others perceive them. In fact, there are several impression management tactics commonly used by employees. First, there is exemplification. Employees might engage in exemplification, which refers to doing things like arriving early or staying late, or working extra hard in order to convey the impression that one is dedicated and willing to go the extra mile to accomplish the leader's vision. Next, there's self-promotion. Employees might engage in self-promotion, a tactic that might involve talking about one's accomplishments, displaying awards and achievements, or using individuals in one's social network to sing one's praises. Next, there's ingratiation. Employees might engage in ingratiation, which involves doing things to promote liking and the impression that one has positive social qualities. Although it is certainly true that impression management can have the desired results, a few caveats should be kept in mind. First, those who use self-promotion may be more likely to evoke negative reactions than positive reactions. Secondly, although ingratiation appears to have fairly consistent positive effects on leader impressions, one's coworkers and subordinates tend to react quite negatively to this behavior. Finally, the effectiveness of impression management tactics depends a lot on the skill of the person who is trying to employ them. Targets of impression management who see the behavior for what it is can react quite negatively, a result that is the exact opposite of what is intended. It is not clear that impression management has much of an influence on decisions leaders make about the follower once the follower's job performance is actually taken into account. Finally, let's talk about implicit leadership schemas. One way followers influence the effectiveness of a leader is through implicit leadership schemas, which refer to the beliefs and assumptions followers have about effective leaders in general. Implicit leadership schemas develop over time as a result of socialization and experiences, and although we may not be aware that we have them, they serve as the basis for expectations we have of our leaders. When follower expectations are not met, that is, when a leader does not fit the stereotypical image of what an effective leader looks like or behaves like or where he or she came from, a negative impression of the leader might form. And this could result in negative leader evaluations or a reduction in the willingness of followers to be led. The problem with implicit leadership schemas is that they often reflect underlying beliefs and assumptions that have little to do with whether the leader might actually be effective. As a consequence, followers may confirm their implicit theory that the leader is ineffective, and in turn, reduce their willingness to be led by this individual. Of course, the result of this process is that it becomes more difficult for the leader to achieve the type of cooperation necessary to accomplish important organizational goals. So, in summary, in talking about leader-follower relationships, the leader-member exchange theory explains how differences develop over time in the quality of relationships that a leader has with followers. Followers the leader believes are competent, likable, and similar in personality and demographics to the leader become part of the leader's in-group and develop expansive roles. The other followers become part of the leader's out-group and develop roles that are more limited. Followers can gain favor with their leaders through impression management tactics, such as exemplification and self-promotion. When follower expectations are not met, meaning a leader does not fit the stereotypical image of what an effective leader looks like or how the leader behaves, a negative impression of the leader might form. This could result in negative leader evaluations or an unwillingness of the followers to be led. Our final subject is the matter of leadership development. To the extent that leadership effectiveness is correlated with traits that are largely inherited through genetics, intelligence and personality as prime examples, then you might be inclined to think that leadership is something you're born with. It turns out there are a number of different ways that leadership skills and competencies can be enhanced. In general, 3 different approaches are used: training programs, developmental experience, and self-help. Formal leadership training refers to structured programs that are delivered with the intent of helping leaders or future leaders acquire leadership-relevant knowledge, skills, and competencies. Many large organizations deliver their own leadership training. However, organizations may also contract with consulting firms or universities to deliver such training. In addition, organizations may encourage or incentivize employees to attend leadership training that is delivered outside the organization. Leadership capabilities may also be developed through different types of developmental experiences, which refer to both on-the-job or job-related experiences that attempt to identify and close gaps in leadership capabilities. Finally, there is self-help. Leadership capabilities may be enhanced by organizational practices that involve formal training and development experiences. But where does that leave people who work for organizations that do not offer these practices, or for students or individuals who are between jobs and who want to develop their leadership capabilities? Fortunately, there are a number of self-help activities that may be quite useful in this regard. In general, these activities are self-initiated and self-directed efforts to enhance leadership-related knowledge and skills. So in summary on leadership development, Techniques used to develop leadership capabilities include formal training programs, developmental experience, and self-help. Given the importance of leadership and the premium placed on employees with strong leadership capabilities, participating in such developmental opportunities could be very worthwhile for you in your career. And this ends the third part of our three-part lecture on Chapter 11 on leadership from Connect Master Management 2.0.